Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, Jase. Good evening. Welcome. Everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're welcome. Today is one of those days. Good evening, Busafo, Jobia. Okay, so we're on. Another Saturday. Share the channel with your friends. Sylvester, thank you. We are on YouTube and we are on Facebook as well. So we are on about 3 channels. Odisheba, Michao, Boga, Michao. Uzafo Michao Bia. This is one of those topics that you want others to hear. You know, it's one of those that you want other people to listen to. So share the channel. Let others join us. You know, because Tembia will be enemy municipal when a normal day. You know, there are things that they should have taught us right from the day that they explain life to us. And this is one of them. But before that, if you don't have any of our books, look for them. This is Resilience. It's a book for, for you to be tough for the journey. Resilience. It's a good book. Perspective: How to Develop the Mindset to Start and Build Your Business. We wrote it in 2016. And Streamline: How to Teach Yourself Money. Today we are going to talk about finance. But financial education is one of the most critical topics that all of us need, and this is unlimited opportunities. You know, you hear a lot of people saying, "Tono no man free Ghana, oka ubeye." So it's one of those, and we have a lot of videos on pen drive now. Your videos in the or pen drive, audio version is on pen drive, and video version on pen drive as well. So, baby, internet no boarding, and I say, network no is slower. You can order one of these. It's very convenient. You can put it in, those of you with TV, and you can watch all of them constantly. So on this live programs, since we started this year, we have done almost how many topics now? Just the live, about 23 topics that we have done. We have done, there was one that I did with Odesheba, that was a general one. And then whether you have to travel or you have to stay, we have done financial education, African dignity and history. The African is not inferior. We did that. That was our 4th topic. And we have done real estate business, the power of decisions, understanding systems. A lot of people think linearly. For you to really understand the world, you must understand what a system is. And you can't win in this life, especially if you don't understand systems. The next one is personal growth. That was our 8th class. And then the 9th one was Africans, not victims of brainwashing. So that was a heavy one. Then the 10th one, we did critical thinking and how to plan your life as a Ghanaian youth. We did that one. And we did some question and answers, financial intelligence, reasons you have to keep at it until you succeed. That was another topic that we did. And we did credibility. Can you be trusted with money? And then there was another one that we did, which is pathway to greatness, investing in yourself and investing in others. And then we did some, when we were doing the seminars, we did some program on the seminars, and we did networking, which was about the 18th one, and the next one we did truth, fundamental principle. And the 20th one we did racism, an economic domination system based on race. And we did creating word together just about the last 3 weeks. And then perspective, we did book review on perspective. And then we did how to build financial freedom through agriculture and trading. That was just the last week. Proud to these live videos on YouTube, on Facebook. I've been doing a lot of live videos on YouTube as well. So we have over 1,000 videos. These are resources or resources. These are tools that anybody can use to build their lives. Information is very key. Knowledge is very key. Knowledge brings reparation. Knowledge brings reparation. Knowledge brings healing. You can heal a man's life, the life of any man, by just giving them different knowledge, especially knowledge, different way of them looking at themselves. When you get different knowledge, you become a new man. Your mind is renewed by knowledge. So you can stagnate in life just by wrong knowledge, and you can refresh and rejuvenate your life just by another knowledge. And one of the tools, just the way we, today, one of the tools that you really need and you should have started life with is how to plan, how to budget your finances. How to plan and how to budget your finances is everything. Is everything. If you don't know how to budget, for most people, they think that financial information is financial success is buying a car, buying a house, dressing, having nice clothes, having big parties, sending your children to school, in good school, high paying school fees, big school fees, looking good, eating well. For many people, that is what they think financial success is, but we think differently. We think that financial success is being able to have control of your finances. Say that another person does not decide whether you're going to eat or you're not going to eat. Another person does not decide whether you have to pay your hospital bills or you don't have to pay your hospital bills. Financial success is you having control over the money that comes to you. So if you have to rely on your salary, it means that you don't have control over your finances. Can you, let's say you go invalid, you are you can't walk anywhere. You are virtually, you're sick for the next 3 years. Can you pay your children's school fees? Can you drive? Can that car be still maintained? Can you pay the rent, or can you pay? Can you still have access to your house and all those? So financial success is about the top 3 most important things in life. It's part of it. I don't want to categorize them, but you cannot be successful to a very large extent in life if you don't have control over your finances. If you don't have control over your finances, there's not much that you can do. So they teach all of us to become, go to school, go and learn graphic design, go and learn, agriculture, go and learn engineering, medical, doctor, go and learn political science, sociology, go and learn how to sew, become a carpenter, mechanic, those things. We seem stressed with people trade. Here. But if they don't teach you financial tools, financial knowledge, if your financial intelligence is weak, you will struggle all your life. And anytime that you hear somebody say that life is difficult, life is very tough, many times it's about money. Many times it's about money. And yet one of the greatest tools that you need for you to have financial success, financial freedom, and control a lot of things is your ability to budget. Budgeting means that when you're accounting for the anybody maker, it means that you know how much money comes to you every day, every month, and you know what you spend that money on. Which means every money that came to you this month, today is 22nd of July. From 1st of July to now, can you trace all the money that has gone out of your account, out of your pocket? Do you have any idea whether the family, the money for you yourself, the money that you spent on yourself, or the money that you spent on the family, or the money that you spent on the business? Do you have an idea? How much have you spent on data? How much have you spent on food? How much have you spent on transport, on electricity? How much have you given to church? How much have you given to people? How much have you spent on anything at all? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea? If you don't have that, then life is going to be very difficult for you. So it's important that at least you have an idea how much money has come to you. It's very much important. With myself and Marie, that's what we've been doing for whatever years, I remember when I was in school, I was working somewhere. But every money that I spent for the week, transport, food, water, every one of them I was writing. And so I could just see that, okay, I've written all these. How much is coming in? And we have used the same thing for our businesses. We will not undertake any project without us sitting down to itemize, if you want, right? We project how much is this project going to cost? How much money do we need? And how do we what is it? How do we pay, how to spend the money? Which durations? Let's say the project is going to cost maybe, let's say 100,000 cities. Maybe it's going to take a year. How are we going to stagger? How are you going to session the money? So every week, this is how much we need. Every month, this is how much we need. And then we look at how is this money going to come in? Can we meet the timelines? If we can't meet it, then we have to increase whatever money, the source of money that we have, we must increase it. Or we put a hold on the project until we are very much sure of how we are going to have the money, on the project. So it's a basic skill that you need, whether you sell cocoa, so Tony cocoa, so Tony wache, so Tony indomie, so Tony MTN mobile money. This you have to plan. You have to have a structure. And it's something that you must study constantly. And it's a skill, it's a discipline, and you cannot overlook it. If you overlook it, you will always be hoping that one day your finances will change. And many times, one day will never come. So you have to learn how to structure your money. And that is what we call budgeting. There is not the accounting one. They speak a lot of big English. It's not the Minister of Finance one. Ghana, you could read the budget. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking of you knowing that every month this is what money, this is how much I'm paid. Especially if if you're a government worker, you're somebody who depends on salary. You're very sure that maybe 90% of the money is from your pay. So every month is 2,000. If you have other things, maybe you get another 2,000. And then you say that, okay, every month this is how much is coming in. How am I going to spend this money? It's so basic, it's so simple, and yet many people don't even practice it, don't pay attention to it. And so all the time they are red. Every time you're hot, it's because you don't have a plan for your finances. You don't have any structure for the finances. You just let it go. And money is not a miracle. Money, if anybody is telling you that one day, you even if you hit a jackpot, even if you get lotto, or even if somebody gives you money, you must have constraint, structure for that money, or that money will go in no time. And so when somebody does not have money, but they know the ability to plan for this money, or they have restraints on this money, that person with that practice, within 5 years, within 10 years, that person will get somewhere with their finances. There's so much many people can do with the little money that comes to them if they know how to plan their money, how to structure this. And so when a lot of people are waiting for good pay, and pay 1,000, and that you be to me 10,000, that day my life will change. It's a skill set. If you don't have a skill to handle the 1,000, even if they pay you 100,000 a month, you will still be indisciplined with that money, because then you don't have restraint, you don't have plan, you don't have structure for it to guide you. What really makes people disciplined and focus is the structure that they have, the goals that they set for themselves. And one of the best tools to really structure your finances is you being able to itemize your money to say that these are the things that go everywhere and these are the things that come in. If you don't discipline yourself and practice that, then every time you'll be waiting for somebody to help you. Every time you'll be waiting for somebody to give you money. And you may even be tempted to do very wrong things at your workplace. You'll be the one trying to, maneuver your way out because you are reckless with your money. One of the things that you need to do is, so in the path of truth is greatness. In the path of truth is greatness. Or you cannot be great if you don't go with the truth, which means that if you want to really handle your finances well, then you've got to be very honest with your finances. You know, how the money is coming in. If you're doing a lot of kolulu, you better stop it. And discipline yourself to say that this is the money that is coming in. And I'm going to structure my life to handle this money at this stage. I'm going to structure my life to handle this money. So I'm very proud that this money that I'm spending this month, I didn't cheat anybody. I didn't steal any money. I'm not using my boss money. I'm in charge. I'm the manager of the bank, but I'm not cutting any corners. This is the pay that I had. If they give me extra, everybody knows that this was yours. I'm not stealing. Based on that, you'll be able to plan well. Because then what you really are learning is the skill set to handle money. And so the moment you cut corners, you lie, you cheat, you trick, you will not pay attention to the basic skills that you need. You'll be reckless. And that's why you can see somebody was so big, with big position. He had a lot of cars. And then they sack him from that position. And the next minute, everything starts to go off. Why? Because the very skill set that he needed to plan, he didn't develop it because he thought that the money will come in every time. But what you really need is not just the money, but the ability to handle that money, that discipline, emotionally, intellectually. Can you handle money? If they give you 100,000 now, if let's say you have never seen 100,000 before, or the 1,000, now China for number 100,000. What do you think that money will do to you? Do you think that you have discipline to hold that money? Or you will say that, it doesn't matter. You change your shoe, you change your clothes, you buy new, you get a visa, the way our people talk, you buy a nice car. It means that you're unskilled with money. And that's why probably you don't have much access. So budgeting is critical. It's how you take charge of your finances. It's just like life. If you don't have goals for your life is not directed. If you don't have goals, if you don't have any sense of purpose, you can't live a fulfilled life. Which means that goals that you set will take you somewhere. You cannot hit a goal that you can see. The same with your finances. If you don't have any plan to say that, okay, I'm saving 200 at the end of the month, but I'm paid 800. How am I going to do that? I take trotro every day. So every day, maybe I spend 10 cedis. And maybe I spend another 15 cedis on food. So every day, maybe I spend 25 cedis. So at the end of the month, maybe I spend every 10 days, I spend 250 cedis. So at the end of the month, what is it? Yes, 250 cedis. So at the end of the month, maybe I've spent 900 cedis. I'm left with 100. Can you plan like that? If I'm paid 2,000, so which means that when they increase my pay, I'm not going to change the food because I need access. I need a structure to be able to save money and learn how to place that money somewhere. So even though I'm working in Accra as a security person, as a trotro driver, as a mate, as a teacher, as a police officer, I'm trying to contend so that I can have something left. And that one which is left, I'm not going to blow it. That's why I'm going to look for an avenue to grow that money. Because whatever be the case, when you get up, you must have food to eat, water to drink, where to sleep, electricity, your phone to charge, So those things are basic tools. Without those, it's difficult for you to go to the next stage. But once you set that, then the excess, you are planning for it. So you start to save 200, 300. Somebody gives you money, you keep it. Another, something happens, you get some excess, you keep it. They give you commission at the workplace, you keep it. They say that, okay, now I have 1,000. What can I do with this 1,000? So maybe you have some plot somewhere around where you sleep or where you stay. You can talk to the owner and say that, okay, maybe I'm going to do some planting of something and sell. there. Or maybe I can start a mobile money joint, or maybe I can give money to some girl to sell cocoa or chibom, or in Chinam or kelewele or something. Now you're thinking. So instead of you to spend a lot of your time trying to look at the money that is so little, or how you're going to trick somebody to steal, this is how you get out of this penury stage into a level where you start to be proud of yourself. And I'm saying that is a skill. If you don't learn it, you can be paid $1 million and you still be reckless. There are people who are paid thousands, and within 2 weeks they're still asking, help from people. Why? Because they have nothing. They have no sense of discipline, and they have no plan for that money that comes to them. So my name is MR.OBENG DARKO. If you have just joined us, we are talking about budgeting, and we are saying that taking charge of your finances. And these are things that you should have been taught when you were growing up. They should have taught you this before you even started to read. Or before they started to teach you how to pray. They should have taught you how to control money, because budgeting is how you control money. Because when the money comes, a lot of us, we just laugh to, Very few people have a lot of money that they don't really need a plan to spend their money. But many people will need this kind of structure. Many people will need this kind of structure. If you don't have this, you will struggle all your life. Have you not seen people who have struggled all their lives with money? And some of them even have houses, their own house. They have cars, but they still struggle with money. Why? Because they put the assets that they had, they put them in things that don't bring money. Have a nice house, 6-bedroom house, 8-bedroom house, and it's a work, they pay him 10,000. And at the end of the month, that is the only money that comes to him, the 10,000 from the place. So when you see him, he has a Land Cruiser, his children somewhere, But if they say that don't come to work tomorrow, his nice house is nothing. Why? Because he has no sense. He has no goal to become successful or to become financially independent. You should become independent of the salary. And that should be your goal. So therefore, I will go to work. I like the work, but I am winning myself off the salary that they pay me. So after I've worked for 10 years, I should be able to go to work and not even be aware whether they have paid money. They have paid the salary or they have not paid. So I'm not waiting for the salary to eat. And you cannot achieve this until you have the skill, which we call budgeting. You cannot achieve that until you discipline yourself to say that I'm going to plan for every money that comes to me every month. And if you've been doing that, congratulations, you will see the benefit. And you do that in everything that you do. You don't just say that, oh, they were crying, so that's why I sent the money. And you, if you're married, you and your wife, that's what you do. You and your husband, that's what you do. You sit down and you plan, this is the money that has come. And this is how we are going to spend it. This is what we are saving to invest. You must do that. You don't just hope. A lot of people are hoping. A lot of people are hoping that one day their finances will change. Your finances is not going to change you if you don't plan, if you don't sit down and calculate and structure. You must know what is coming in, and you must know what is going out. And you must know whether you are in positive or you are in negative. You must know that. Instead of you spending a lot of time to complain and talk about Kufuado and the people who are keeping dollars and pounds and or in their rooms, you must budget. You must budget. Pay attention. Pay attention. It's not difficult. Buy a book. Do it on your phone. Sit down. Do it every week, every day. Do it every month. End of the day. Sit down and say, this is how much came to me. This is what came to the business. This is how we spent it. This is how much profit that we had. Or if you were losing, this is how much we lost. Some of us would go and take loan. And because we really don't have any budget, we don't really have any plan for the money, even the interest that they are charging us, we are not even aware. So before you see it, the money in the business is paying the interest. And then you see that all your finances, you can't find them. And now you are looking for who came, who did you what, and this will be no. Many things, if you have understanding, you see that it's just your ignorance that got you there, your lack of skill. So somebody was saying that if you are paid 700, I don't know if you are paid 700 in Accra or in another place, in a village. If the money is not enough, you should know that nobody can pay you enough anyway. And so you look for another way to add some kind of money, some kind of source of income to it. It's very difficult for you to really have financial independence just by one source of income. It's very, very tough. Very few people will be paid a lot of money. And even those who are paid a lot of money, they still live very big. So at the end of the month, let's say I'm paid 5,000 but I'm able to spend, let's say 3,000 every month, and I save 2,000. So within 6 months, 2 times 6 is 12,000, but I spent 3,000. So which means that the 12,000 that I have saved, if I want to live on it, it will take me 4 months. But there are some people, they are paid 100,000, but they spend about 80,000 every month. Which means if they have to save at least 800,000 for them to even have good life for 8 months or 10 months. Which means that that person, if he loses his job or that source of income within a month or 2 months or even 6 months, he will still struggle to keep that lifestyle that he has. He has Mercedes Benz. He doesn't go to Kofi to repair for him. He will take it to the dealers. He lives, he wears very expensive suits. He goes to Kipinski to eat, to have lunch and breakfast. He lives big because the money that they're paying him is big. But what you don't know is that he lacks budgeting. So when anything strikes, there's danger. And so when you see big men go down, it's because they were not disciplined with their finances. And you cannot be disciplined until you have a plan. And that is what we call budgeting. You must have a plan. You must have a plan for the money. You must know which is going anywhere. So if you are buying credit, you are using common sense. If you're giving money to your girlfriend, you see. If you're giving money to your boyfriend, you see, this is what I'm giving you. And especially if you want to do major projects, you want to build a house, you want to buy a car, you want to go back to school, something like that, you really have to sit down and look at the finances and plan well. You just don't jump to say that I want to start this, let whatever come. Because many times that thing that you even want to start may not even bring any money. And many people have ruined their businesses, their families, their companies, even the country, because they were reckless with their money. Countries are run into big debt because they didn't stick with what they planned, or they didn't even have any plan at all. So they went for money for the project, and the 70% was used to buy cars for themselves and pay the allowances. No. And so all of us, we have an advantage. You learn how to budget your money. So it's good you are looking for salary increment, but that will not change it. That will not change your finances, no. What will really change your finances, what will really let you see the danger, is when you start to calculate how you spend the money. So just do some mathematics now. Just sit down and calculate. List the top 10 things that you spend money on. And then you will not be shocked why you don't have money. You shouldn't be shocked. You know how much you eat. You know how much you buy credit. You know your rent. You know what you give to people. Calculate that and see. And see how much money you had. If you, especially those ones face income, like, salary. They pay you 3,000, 4,000. And you don't have any other source of income. You will just see. Nobody will advise you to stop the girlfriend. You have wife and you're still spending on a lot of girls. Nobody will advise you. Why? Because then you will see the money. But if you're not planning, even when you go and they have increased the price of the food, you will not see it. Why? Because you don't have any budget for it. I'm using 20 cedis to buy this rice. But when they even take it to 25, you still think you have money. So my name is MR.OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about budgeting. Or planning. We see kind of planning. Don't just hope. You see, something that has happened to Africans. We just hope that our finances will change. We just hope that God will supernaturally change our finances. So the basic financial tools, the basic financial skills, The basic financial things that we have to know to control our finances, many of our people are not aware. We're just hoping that our finances will be okay. Many people, you could be a student. Maybe they pay you. When you were in school, Senate was paying us loan, so the money will come. Madam for Frank, change and I'm face like bread, Did we have any plan for it? You must have plan for that money that is coming to you. And you must have discipline to go with it. Especially when you pick that journey. You see, when the plane is taking off, the kind of energy that it needs to take off before it's in a place where you don't need a lot of energy is different. So what is you are going to take, the energy that you're going to exert to gather the finances to a stage where you don't really worry about your finances is a lot. It takes a lot of sacrifices. It takes a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, a lot of isolation, a lot of disagreement with yourself and with those around you. And nobody achieves. Very few of us ever inherited anything from our parents or our grandparents. How many people inherited some farms or some businesses or some hotels, things that bring money, that you really don't have to work for money? How many of us? Very few. Almost all of us are going to build from our level, which means we are the ones to set it, to build it. And many of us are focused on just becoming, professional, engineer, doctor. And even when you are spending money, you spend money to go and do the course so that you can teach well, you can be a better policeman. Are you spending money to educate yourself financially? To take charge of your finances, to increase your knowledge in the finances? Or you're just hoping that somebody else will pay you better salary and then everything else will change? No. And so you have to, if you have nothing at all, you have to have this one, that every money that goes out of your pocket, write them. Even if it's not specific, you should have at least 80% predictability. You should be able to track at least 80% of the money that you spend. You should know, and you're paying attention all the time. So Bernard Marco is saying, please, I have a question. Should you spend on things once you get money to be able to acquire it because of inflation, or you should make a lot of it, mean like twice or of it before you spend money? Inflation eats everybody's money. It's not only you. It's not only me. What has happened to Ghana the last one year or 8 months ago, it's been terrible. But it's across board. It's affected everybody, which means that if you're paid 1,000 and before you could just use 1,000 for something, now you need 2,000, which means technically your pay has been half. That is what is happening. But you need to increase the money. You need to have a way to say that, okay, I'm paid 1,000 here. What other things? No kululu, no stealing. Because you are saying that the intelligence and the skill go with the truth. It's only when you are disciplined with yourself that you get the right information, the right skill sets, the right decision mechanism. If you're cutting corners, no, you will not be able. It will be very difficult for you to develop that skill set, which means you have to stop all those and say that this is what I have and I'm going to plan with it. So if you're able to plan with 100 cities, then when it gets to 200, you'll be able to plan it well. When it gets to 1,000, you'll be able to plan it well. Before you see it, you're handling big figures and you're still very disciplined. And that's why those who have been able to build some substantial wealth out of nothing, when you're very close to them, you see that they are very much frugal and disciplined with money. They're very much tough on themselves. Even though they have excess now, they still don't waste money. They have excess, but they still don't waste money. Why? Because it's now part of them. It's something that even if they are asleep and you wake them up, they will tell you. Why? Because it's something that took them to where they are now. So they're not going to forget that. Those who didn't have any discipline, that they have money, you will see how they spend that money. And that's why they lose the money in no time. And that's why they crash a lot of things in no time. Why? Because they've required skill set that they needed, the strength that they needed to hold it at that level. They did not develop it whilst they were going or whilst they were growing. So it's key that you develop that. So I would say increase the source, find something else to do so that you can multiply or you can get more income. And if the income multiplies, it does not mean your expenditure should multiply as well. No, You have to have difference that you can invest for your freedom. What is the safety investment with higher return? The best investment is in yourself, knowing what to do yourself. That is the best investment, correct? That is the best investment. When we talk of it, I particularly, when I talk of investment, I'm not talking of these financial things, because I think these financial things, a lot of our economy is not built for that. I think that if you really have money, go invest in agriculture, look for some properties, do some things that you have absolute control. I don't believe in this. They are for the cratchy people. No, we want something that we put money in and we have control, and that's where I think our economy is. If you can trade with something, if you can invest in agriculture, something in a business, do that. In properties, do that. So when I say investment, the bottom is treasury bills and those things. They are not part of what I'm talking about at all. Because tomorrow somebody else will come and speak very good English to you. These scratchy people. But a lot of these instruments, even the stock market in the West, everybody knows that just like Lotto is gambling. If you really study it, it's not something that you really have control over. And so when your intelligence is improved financially, you would want to have control over your money. You want to have control over your money. You don't want somebody else to come and, be telling you what. Yeah, that's what I understand. That's what I understand. If you can trade in maize or something, start with that. You'll be fine. Learn that. Than you giving your money to all these guys and they're speaking English to you all the time and they're explaining things that you don't even, and they're using jargons that 90% of our people don't even understand. They're using terms that have no relevance, and that's why I don't see any, maybe I've not seen many people who have created a lot of wealth by giving their money to these guys, so that is what I would say. And so budgeting is key. Budgeting is key. Learn it. Practice it. It's a skill. It's just like you starting to walk. You can learn it, or just like you starting to speak, or learning how to write. It's something that all of us can learn. We just need to spend wisely. We shouldn't waste it on things that aren't going to bring us more money. Yes. Because many of our people are reckless with money. You can see somebody with money, when they get angry, the way they will just splash money, you'll be shocked. A lot of people, they just get money and they want to show it to girls. They want to prove to people that they have money. You don't need to prove to anybody that you have money. Don't prove it to anybody. Don't prove your money to anybody. So don't. You can wear one shirt. It's nobody's business. You don't want to, oh, Mr. Kane. No, I don't want to say that. But you see, they're speaking English. So if you put all your money, in those things, now you don't even know what to do. So have control, because really the structure of the economy is not for those things. It's really not for those things. It's for things that you must have control. So, my name is MR.OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about budgeting. I'm saying that whether you're a cleaner or you're a teacher or you're a CEO of a business, whatever, maybe you are paid 500 Ghana cedis a month, or you're paid 10,000 cedis a month, 100,000 cedis a month, without you developing this skill to really plan and follow and track your money and itemize them, you don't have future. And it's not the car you drive or the house you live in. Those don't really mean much. They don't mean much. But if you really want financial independence, financial freedom, then you must develop this. And for us, that's what we've been using. We calculate the money almost every month, every week. We track it, how it is coming in, how it is going out, whether we are losing or we are winning. Whether, there are some things that you can buy. There are some things that you have to hold on. There are some things that you have to say that, okay, the way it's going, if you go fast, we will lose everything. So let's relax. You are the one in charge. You are the one driving. You have to know when to apply the brakes, when to slow down, when to stop and drink water, when to speed up. You have to have that. And that you'll be able to do if you have that plan. Budget. Budget. Sit down. Write them. When we were children, Kosibo was the one reading the budget or something like that. And the whole Ghana will go quiet because the country's budget was going to be read. It's a tool for prosperity. It's a tool for financial freedom. is a tool for greatness. How to have a plan for your finances is a tool. And they should have taught you that. So don't cry over who is not paying you. Cry over your ability or your lack of ability to sit down and plan the money. No matter how small it is, you can still plan. Even if you don't save any money, you still have to have a plan. So every month, I know you can even do them in percentages. You know that, okay, maybe 20% is for rent. So you follow that. 20% is for food, electricity. You can do that after you have done them. You can, those of you with good mathematics, or if you are not even good with mathematics, let somebody. Which means that when it moves from 1,000 to 10,000, you can just apply the percentages. Which means the more you make, then the more you can have a lot of things left easily. So budgeting is everything. Your business is not going to grow if you don't have straight budget. You will only be going for loan to loan every day. Do you track the fuel? Maybe you have cars, construction companies, you have machines. Every day they are bringing repairs. They are bringing this part are spoiled, this part are spoiled every day. Or you are the boss sitting and say, okay, let's send it. When the money is going too much, sit back and say, no, this one is too much. We can't. Even if they are not stealing the money, or if they are not doing anything with it, you want to see, no, this is not what we can handle. Let's buy this one. We are not at this level yet. We can't buy this kind of equipment. It's too much for us. If you buy it, we will go down. You have to follow, especially if you're the one leading the business. Because if you don't, every money that is going out of the business is coming from you. Never forget that. And if everything is gone, you'll be the one responsible for it. So you have to, and be ready to fight people over money. Agreement, disagreement, question, combat, confront. Don't just say no. They'll be angry. Don't worry. Fight them. They are angry today. They talk. You still tomorrow fight them. So no, we can't spend this. They will try to explain everything to you. Don't agree. We have to cut it. Don't go and buy this kind of door. Let's look at the other door. Is it not good? Why are we spending so much on these cables? It's not too much. What can we do? Why are we spending so much on fuel? When it comes to repairs, why are we spending so much? What is the problem? Why are you paying so much interest on this facility? Track that. Why has this payment delayed so much? What is the problem? How many people owe us? When are they going to pay? Track every one of them. Because without the money, you crash. And if they owe you and you can't fight, maybe get somebody to go and fight for you, because that is money that they have to give you. So my name is MR.OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about budgeting. I'm saying that track every money, follow everything. Discipline yourself. You are buying 4 shoes, 5 shoes, 10 shoes, 20 shoes. We come to your cabinet, you have how many phones? You have so many things that are not bringing money, and yet you are crying every day that you don't have money. Sell some of them to raise money. Sell some of them. Sell some of the shoes, some of the clothes, some of the jewelry. Sell some of them. Raise money. Put it back in the business. It's better than going for loan. And paying 20%, 10% interest every month. You have so many things in your room, and yet you are crying every day that you don't have working capital. Go and sell some. Raise money from there. You have so many land. Why are you going for loan? Sell some of the land. Put it back in the business. That is how you do it. So budget. Sit down and plan. If your budget is strong, you always have excess. You always have huge allowance. So if things trigger, you still not fall, because you're paying attention all the time. You're constantly paying attention. You are selling some things, and you see that you have stock that you are going to sell for the next 5 years. That is money that you have hoarded there. That is money. Sometimes you don't need so much stock like that, unless the rate was so cheap that we had to buy them like that. But if it's just close to the normal market price, then why are you hoarding so much? What is the problem? And you are struggling to pay salary and pay your those who you owe, and pay electricity and phone bills. No, you pay attention. And if you put pen to paper, if you sit down and you write, you will know this is one I have to correct it. This one I have to do this. This one I have to do that. So my name is MR.OBENG Darko. Today we are talking about budgeting. I'm saying that if you master this, your finances will change. You will stop crying to God. If you master budgeting, your finances will change. You will stop accusing people of stealing your money, or you will stop accusing people of taking you to Malam or to Comfort or to some pastor somewhere to do incantation. You will stop following all those, because many people think that money is some magic. No, it's a skill. And once you have that skill, once you have that plan and you follow it, you start to have access. It's not anything complex. It's the discipline. The ability to sit down and track every money that comes to you. And know that this is why we can do it. This is why we can do it. Let's hold it. Hold on. Apply the brakes. So that is very much important. If you're struggling with your finances at the personal level, at the business level, tomorrow, from January to July now, write all the things every day, every month, where the money went. Write them. And don't be sad if you have made a lot of mistakes. Everybody makes them. What is important is what you are going to do going forward. Don't be sad. Sit down and write them. Maybe you didn't have to build that quickly, and you went ahead and you built. You didn't have budget. And so now when you finish building the business, you can't find the business now. So now you have a house, but there's no business. There's no income. And now there's complexity, there's problem. And then now you're crying. You have to take tough decisions and raise capital. And if you have to sell the house, sell it, because you can't live in the house without income. There's a lot of things that they have taught us that we follow. That's why many people struggle financially. One of it is you're waiting for magic to happen to you. Supernaturally, your finances will change without any plan, any structure, any discipline. Any money that comes to you, you just use them anyhow. To sikani gusa, sikabia ba uni plan dia won twere he. Wo shop na wa bie no, wo bia beto ade aye twere he o. Wo so ya no na mi sister ba ko. Ono ne shop no na so mutogum sa na milk ne yetogum. Yetogum. Yinim dia ton, yinim dia aye. We ebegu. There was a time bia stock wo. There be also who say ne meto milk 10. Meto sugar say, wo beto me ensa, and aka say. Me go krom no me 1,000 e call ye. To tambia wo check it. Tambia also check it. Men fa ni agro men ka say me nima kenkan there be. So any prior kra na obebubu na ode ahihye wo mpaase abubum na ahihye wo mpaase no so your account na bi no so your budget na bi no. Tambia also hu sika ekom. Sika e ba. De odi to aduane. Ode obo se tambia obi twofi fa etwam anu ato. Chinchinga kwa anu ato. Bibi eba anu ato sa ave business na ekofo ma was grofo na ye obi anya o. Sikaru kakra no mfa so na da so nketenkete no anu wadi no. Na sa akọje nkrofo bi loan so omoje 5% every month. And interest sika no hu obi na ye wo. Obi anya o. Eba sika sema se nko ya memfa nkọche be yi. Many times it's because you don't have any structure, any budget, you don't follow anything, and that's why you can't find the money. And you pay sika de sebe e de adwene to ho. Inti draw bibia wo pese oye bia fa to ho trase. Trase. Sika du sa we abaya we adwuma wo e friend say saloon about 500 a month. Utambia wo siswa wono madam kosa pebika ho. But wo kwa adwuma na hweka wo fa. So ye hwe aduane a wodie. Mpabo a watoto agu dem. Obi wo gra we von ya yesimu nya ahia mo dem musum mpini. Wato be 20 na gu ho. Every day we change no. So pay. And the tambia kwasi na o send na test sa so mobile money. So all the plan to ho abe say we von no kra bebre nya obeton. Obetime nya sika kakra ka ho. Wo shu bebrebe a watoto ne nku a wo de sra bebrebe nya obete so. Yare kra na atoma ho. Enwumere bia na akoto bibia we. Te obibi atwam o started sa wo you say no man na obon so obete tiska so. Fen wo hu. And yes na ye yo. We are now we are ko off na wasa wadua sa ba ho so. Was start no wasa ko. And wo computer Excel no de no. Wo phone so a obetima download app bi. Ebeboa amotimi attract usika nyina. Bosumi bia so ye. So that obi wia usika no kra, especially mo am shop no ade na. Kra na hotel shop na no. O wia sika na obehu. Kototo we mbegu mu ba oto ne sika no. Yafi na oye yo no aso say no be ma trans ne nkasa. Mkofa no ma we be komisi say me hu ba bia no ma nafa. Sika no we. But so wonni budget na wonni hwe a ye ba okro no a you won't see. Bibia si a unhunhu nyansa bia. Because one kasa no ni plan. They say the OC da na ni plan. E chia akora unhu. Eni mo no sesa unhu. So they say the okọ ba bi na unim kwan no. Obeyra. So budgeting is everything. Budgeting is everything. So you sit down and you plan. There are a lot of things that people use. That's why they have become successful. And so when people are telling you that you'll be very financially successful and you don't know these things, they are lying to you. If you are not practicing these things, they are lying. Don't say that my finances will change. It's not going to change like that. You have lied to yourself for the last 10 years. Has it changed? It's not going to change because these are things that we practice. We practice all the time. You practice all the time. And once you practice these things, after a while, you start to see progress. You start to see results. Everything that you're going, you will not just change your children's school. You know? And that's good, and yet that's good, and yet, baby, I will make 500, and yet bad. Who's going to grow be? I feel for so as all the about 1,000, 1,005. I feel almost sorry on budget drink, on bed you wait 10 years or so much on school for Ghana Mintasino. 10 beer almost to be 10 beer almost per cabiaman. In 2 school fees, thousands and 3,000. And so 10 on so Rasa or Baba Kono, about Hoka 10,000. So one for people to home, one for pen and to home. We get trading in our question. 10 beer bones and why confused. To that, if you wonder. Okay, kind sa o pep the empire born why? Because you need a plan. You need a plan, you need a structure. You need that. You know, you need that. So my name is MR.OBENG DARKO. Budgeting is key. It's a tool. It's how you take care of your finances, how you take charge of your finances. Search, read it constantly. It's one of the tools. You need it. Plan. It's a constraint. It's a restraint. You stay with it. And every day you're calculating. You're calculating the income. You're calculating the expenditure. You know, the expenses that you're making, you're always calculating. Track everyone. Don't just leave it to chances. Nobody leaves anything to chances. Even if you talk to Alaji Dangote and all those, in spite of all the wealth that he has amassed, I can guarantee you, he tracks all of them. And they refresh their mind. He doesn't do it once every 2 years old. I can guarantee you, maybe he does it even every day. And that's why he is where he is. You know, the other ones who don't do anything, if something is missing, they won't see. If something is going bad, they won't see. You know, because they are reckless. That's why some people's mate could take somewhat, you know, and they couldn't see. How can your mate take this kind of money and you didn't? Because you see, they didn't make the money themselves. So they don't follow it. That's something about, you know, the greatness is in truth. Your greatness is in truth. So the moment you cut corners, you cannot be great. And you cannot become buoyant. You cannot become strong. You will not learn. Your wisdom will not come when you are cheating, when you are lying, when you are tricking. The moment you stop all those and you work with what you have, you start to build. You start to build muscle. And so you can do with 1,000. The next day you're dealing with 100,000. The next day you're dealing with 2 million, 100 million, because that is how it is built. So you are not deceiving anybody, when they tell you to stop cheating, and they say that that's how you survive. My friend told me that, oh, Bia didn't make you. I'm saying that this statement will make sure that you will not become great. You will not run into the millions and be proud of yourself if you're not using these things. And it's one stage at a time. It's one step at a time. You learn it, you grow, and you're patient with the process. You see, if you have this, any business, any job, anything that you have, you can build with it. Anything that you have, you can build with it. You can farm one plot of land, and later you see that you are at 100 acre, because it's a stage, it's a scale. You can have one shop, small kiosk. Before you see it, now you have supermarket. It's a scale. It's a process. It's a system. It's a structure. It's a tool. It's a weapon that you can use. And so if you have not studied it, if you don't know it, learn it. Write everything that you spend your money on and follow them. And those that you think you're overspending, when you calculate, you will know, na say music I cry, you can say na them be am say internet bini hono. Easily. If you want to start making amends, you start to make changes. And once you start to make corrections, whatever is not going right, you can correct it. But in our country, a lot of people are very happy to insult politicians, accuse their leaders, blame everybody, but they never look at their lack of skill. They never look at that. Their lack of skill to change their finances. Their lack of discipline. I wonder why people say that they are going to do well in life just because they have gone to school. They are going to do well financially just because they have gone to school. You went to school, they didn't teach you money. So what makes you think that you're going to get money? The only advantage you have is maybe you get a job, which may pay you, and maybe a decent one. And you go and speak English, like the way I'm doing here. But to get money is the one with proper financial information. Is the one with proper financial skill. And budgeting is one of the topmost financial skill that all of us must have. It's one of the topmost. And once you start to use it, you see that a lot of things around you start to make sense. Easily. Many things that you could not interpret, now you start to see. So you maybe you have a farm, you have a maize farm. Now so to say me started a farming, laborers is in mafa, but they for say na me de o mako. Obi a okwa bia metua sika sei, na waka nyina bom. To nim se bosome no say na what to spend wo farm no. To twa bro na, o tony album say okay, we can say na boy. Say so na be mu. Nti we next time when was a bit so. Next time when was a me be kan ho. So now what we calculating here, afa wo ko 100 acres, obi hu se we say you don't just hope that things will change. No, things don't change like that. By wisdom, a house is established. So you cannot establish anything if you don't have the proper understanding of it. So it's key. Study it. It's very key. Writing. It's actually. It's a secret buyer now. The only man is our overdraft letter. We also and Timoma be there be translate. Translate. It will help you very much. Key. It will help you. So design your own structure, design your own system. We have the one that we use. We keep changing it all the time. But once it's working, it's working, But the main thing is the discipline to say that I want to track all the money. So that, especially those of you who are in selling, update the sales all the time. Every 2 weeks, every 1 week, every day. So when the thing is deviating, you can track it and up your game or change the plan. So from January to now, how much sales have you made? Do you know? If they ask you, how much sales have you made? Do you know? Or you're going to give us you're going to guess. So you have to, keep track of the money. It's very key. And once you are tracking the money, then you are just about 90%. It's something we speak to you all the time. And now you have proper data to make decisions. Now you have proper data to make decisions. So my name is Obeng Darko. Today we are talking about budgeting. Not the Kuvado one, not the Kanufuriata one. This one is your personal one. Not midweek budget review. No, that's not what I'm talking about. A lot of people follow all those, but they have no personal budget. So they are hoping that the government will make some decision and their finances will change. You have 50 years. Have you ever had any government make any decision that your finances change? Your sister, and you still believe that somebody will come and push them to do whatever they want to do, but it will not trickle down to your finances. What I am saying is the one that will change your finances. Even if the economy is very good, does not mean your finances will change until you take charge. And this is one of the things that you can use to take charge of your finances. This is one of it. So from tomorrow, or from tonight, take charge of your finances. What you spend on food, what you spend on your clothes, what you spend in churches, what you spend on school fees, what you spend on your house, on your rent, and look at how you can make extra income. Even if you're on salary, what can you do? And really, that should be the goal. I'm working, but I'm building something that will also bring money. Said that it gets to a point that I cannot get salary. I still have money coming. Rich people get income all the time. Even when they are dead and gone, they still have machines, investments that bring money all the time. That's why they have money. The people who have money have things that bring money. That's why they have money. Those who don't have money don't have anything that bring money. That's why they don't have anything money. It's not anything. That's why the more they have things bring money, the more they have money. It's not something that you're hoping that supernaturally you will know now. Maybe it is there. Maybe I don't know. But really, if you have more things bring money, then you solve your finances. If you don't have anything bring money, you go and cry to people to help you eat and pay your school fees. There's this man that I often see around Spinters and Jolu Road. Nice man. He's always holding key, asking people that his car. In the car now, his car has broken down or is short of fuel and people should help him. I've seen him several times. It's almost like he has mental issue. But the truth is that he doesn't know how to organize his finances. So he has to create stories to people in order for him to have money. And so will hold you to accounting. You cannot become accountable when you don't have any strict rules and laws. And this one is the rule. You set that rule for yourself. Every month I'm spending this on fuel. Every month I'm spending this on this. Every month now you subject yourself to those laws. And once you subject yourself to those laws, you win. So it's no more your emotions or your will, but it's the law that you set. Just like the Oman Ghana, they have set laws. You can't pick Ghana and kill somebody. So if you kill somebody, then you face the law. So it's not because you are so much good person, but if you kill, they will take you somewhere. So now you're afraid to kill because you know that you will not go scot-free. So that is how you create your finance. That's how you solve. So all the prayers that you are praying that God will change your finances is in budgeting. Is in you increase your financial intelligence. Is in you acquiring the right financial skill set. So in our country, everything is God. And that's why the country is like that. They are saying God, and the battle is the Lord. So okay, no problem. But if you're not disciplined, your economy will struggle. So you must discipline yourself. You say that we cannot go over this. Somebody cannot add this thing to this. We stay with them because this is where we want to go. And if you can use that for yourself, you can use that for your business, you can use that for your family, your finances will change. You will not hope and cry that I have to get out of Ghana because if Ghana is so difficult. Do you have budget? Do you have budget? Are you honest? And for how long have you been practicing that? You're just saying that Ghana is difficult. No, yes, that's one problem. But have you ever had any plan for your finances? It's just very easy for you to, shout at everybody. But look at your finances. Look at it. For the last 10, 20 years, have you worked with any budget? Although in Sabo, those who have, they have structure. Those who have, they have plan. They are disciplined. They are intentional. They work with it. And they change it. So budgeting is key. It's how you take charge of your finances. Don't let money control you like that. And one of the best places to invest is to investing in you all the time. Improving. So every morning, read some article on money. Every morning, Google, A lot of them are based on Western America or something. So I don't know. You just have to find a way to bring it to your level, to bring it to our culture, to bring it to what is available to us. But at least read. It's better than just looking at something and smiling and laughing. Because if you don't change your finances, if you don't take hold of your finances, your life, nothing. One of the best ways to measure any strength of any people is how they hold. You can tell a man, you can tell so much about a man's character by how they handle money. If you owe and you don't pay, that's you. You can say so much about who a person is, but the premium they place on money, how they handle money is everything. You can say so much about any group of people or country, but how they handle money. Are they reckless or they are disciplined? And that's why the finances is the only way that reacts. When you say that the economy is struggling, it's because we have been reckless. When you say that the family is struggling, they don't have what to eat, is because the money, they were reckless. So you can say so much about anybody, but how they relate with money. How you relate with money. And so life will be tough or will be okay for you by your relationship with money. The way I relate with money will show whether life will be easy. Well, I'm hoping that God will change my finances for me. God is not going to change your finances. That's why the pastor is collecting offering every Sunday, because it's a clear proof that prayer is not the one that brings money. For money to come, you pay offering. That should tell you. It's so clear. So the pastor is praying, but he's still taking offering. So your finances is not going to change by you praying. It's for you to take charge and be disciplined. And that's what they have to teach you. They have to tell you that if you're reckless with money, you will struggle. And a lot of our sisters and, our cousins and our brothers, they are just hoping that their finances will change all the time. And they are praying, God, change it. God, change it. God is not going to change it. Discipline. Take charge of your finances. It will change. You will stop praying for that. You pray for the poor. You pray for the sick. You pray for the orphans. You will not pray for your finances, because now you take charge of it. You take charge of it. So you take charge. And one of the ways to take charge of your finances is knowing, having an exact representation of your finances, which means that this is how much I spend. This is how much comes in. And these are the items that I spend money on. And if I'm going to change, these are the things that I have to change. There are things that we have to do now that we can't do because our finances are not up to that. You're a pastor, so you are saying what? You say work hard and work hard. Me, I will add prayer to my finance. It's not part of it. It's Africans who have tried to confuse us with that. It's discipline, and people are reckless. People are reckless with money. They will pray morning devotion, and when they go to work, they are changing figures. It has nothing to do with that. They will tell you, pray. And people are praying, and they are very illiterate with money. The literacy level is so high with money. And it's not because some of them didn't go to school. They went to school. But the decisions that they make with money, they show that people don't know much about money. Go to our street and see. It's cars that we are buying. We buy all kind of cars. And people who have big businesses in our country don't even have these cars. And we don't have any business. And yet we have a lot of cars. The person has not even employed 2 people. He's using Range Rover, Land Rover, the 10-bedroom house. Those things show that we don't know how to handle money well. You know, the people that we even think that are very much rich in our country. Look at that. So people are taking, you know, go to the mining sector, go to the retail center, go to the financial sector, go to the oil. Those who are controlling millions, you don't even see their cars. And any little girl on TV wants to show you Range Rover, and he's on somebody's salary. Somebody's paying him or her, and he's driving Land Cruiser, and they are showing you their house and their car. We don't know anything about money. We don't. That's a clear sign. Any group of people who understand money, they are building factories, they are building farms, and that's what they are showing. They are showing the number of people that they have employed. They are not reckless with money. Here, when we say somebody is rich, he's showing dollar on TV. He's showing you his car. He's showing us his house. Those who are rich will show you the things that bring money. You know, so we have problem. The people that we are celebrating that they are very successful, the things that we celebrate them on, don't bring any value to the people. They don't change the dynamics of our economy. And yet we are raising that this man is a very successful man. Well, he had a political position. What is he doing to change the dynamics of our economy? The foundation of our economy? Nothing. Politics will not change that. Religion will not change that. Music will not change the dynamics of the economy. Sports and entertainment, Black Star can play and go and win everything. It won't change the fundamentals of the economy. What is going to change the fundamentals is you employing, me employing, producing the very things that we need. But if you don't know how to handle money, then we will not even pay attention to that because we don't even understand money. We don't understand how the game is played. Word creation, the foundation. You know? So nyamia madam na me shetokro bi mu na nyamia ye ma ye na hwan wa sha atade bi to wa ye kwai. Atade na camera down so onye ye baby oboa. You know? But they condition us to focus on the trivias and the shallows. So people are not thinking deep. They're not thinking deep. And yet God gave us this to think deep, to question. We cannot accept to be just at the lower level. Some other guy came here, he's talking about Ghana Jollof and something. You see, when they come, they think that our minds are not strong. So they create fun. And when they go, they are talking about gold, diamond, timber, industry. That's what they talk about. Technology, quantum computing, the complex things that they are discussing. And when they come here, they want to create comedy for us. So somebody will sing a song and then we will just be, you know, so we are dancing. And people are creating complex things, AI. And our young minds, what are they creating? So we have a problem. And so refuse for them to reduce your intelligence. Refuse for anybody to reduce your intelligence. Focus on things that will stretch you. Sometimes you can't even go and sleep because you're reading complex things because your mind is capable of understanding those. But if you feed your mind with the trash, like the way they feed us constantly, go to all these TV networks, Sunday and Saturday, trash that they feed our people constantly with. So how are you going to create? Refuse. Sometimes it's painful to live and see these, you know, great people, but their minds are being captured with trivias. And then we look back and others are building and our people want to travel because you have reduced your mind to comedy. You know, so budget, learn. These are critical things that we pay attention to. Learn it. Don't reduce your intelligence. There's so much that we don't know. There's so much. People are designing cars and equipment and tools and gadgets. That's what they are concentrating on. People are building models, coming up with new things, innovation. And we are just playing music. Yeah. Every time music. And somebody's also quoting Quran and Bible. That's what that we are quoting, And somebody else saw lunch, that's what we are discussing. And people are creating industry. So there's a lot. But you can condition the people to be at the lower level. You can feed them with trash constantly. So the complex things that they have to break down, you're not paying attention. So challenge your mind. Sometimes just go and read things that you don't even understand what you're reading, but read them. Just Google some complex things. Read them, challenge them. I did social science, no problem. Go and read thermodynamics, fluid mechanics. Read some complex things. Challenge your mind. Not antenna every day, antenna, and then it's as simple as that. Why they come there is because of money. Many of them is no money. That's why they came there. So what they lack is the skill set. Financial skill set is not the marriage. Look at the people who go there. It's the money that they don't have. That's why they came there. The tools that they need to create that life, they don't have. That's why they come there, for you to advise them on what. But for us to solve it from the cellular level, we are there, we create fun of everything. So challenge your thoughts. If you're a young man, challenge every day. Read something. Not MPP NDC, not Jeremiah and Mark. No, that's not what I'm saying. Not Jehoshaphat, no. No, Quran. You have spent 25 years reading this. Do you have innovation? Do you have something to prove? The proof of your spirituality is what you produce. If you say that you are very spiritual, it's not seeing demon. No. It's what have you created? That shows that God, because it's powerful, that's why He created us. The proof that we see He created. You say that you know God. What have you created? What is the proof of your creation? That shows the level of your spirituality. It's no prayer. Hey, fight. So if you really, because He's a creator. So if you say you know God, then we want to see what you are creating. You can't even overcome poverty. So what else can you? Because there's no way that you are creating something economically sound that you'll be poor. The reason people will bring you money is because you're creating something valuable to them. So you say that you know God, but you're still poor. So what are you creating? Because He's a creator. What are you creating that people can buy from you? That is the proof of the level of spirituality that you say you possess. Because words are spiritual. Words, they are spiritual. So if you really want to test the man's spirituality, is the quality of words that he possesses. So we need a lot. We really have to understand where they have really shifted our mind from, so that we can focus on the key things and change. A lot of the times, there are some things that we don't just say them. We don't want to say them publicly to create, but really, there are a lot of wrong stuff that our people process. And that's where we can find our way out. There are a lot of things that we have head on to them, and we are defending them with our blood. But really, they don't mean anything. It's just a wrong understanding of our things. But because many people follow that, when you challenge that, now you are the evil. But you can prove that by the results. After a while, you see the results. You see that this one is not true. Because the people become desperate, become confused, become fruitless. Because what they produce will prove what investment we have given them. And so if they are not proving anything, or if they are not producing anything, it means there's not been much quality investment in them. There are a lot of things that we have understood upside down. The rest of the world is moving They are creating, they are reorganizing, they are challenging their thoughts, they are creating new knowledge all the time. And we are holding on to knowledge that does not even work. And we will kill people with our blood to defend that. So there's so much. So people will come here and defend their religion, defend, they say, we understand that. But we are talking of a higher level. We're talking of a higher level. You don't defend any religion. Let the religion defend itself. Don't defend God. Let God defend himself. You can't defend God. The truth will always fight for itself. So my name is MR.OBENG DARKO. Thank you very much. We are talking about budgeting. Budgeting. So study it. Plan your finances. Track yourself. If you have the skill set, you can be in any village. You will prosper. Check your money every day. Change your decisions if you need be. Plan. Take stock constantly. If you want the last 10 years of our expenditure, I can easily pull from my laptop and show you. Because it's a practice. It's a practice. We can pull. I can pull. Then the last 20 years, I can pull and show you now. And the one who say prayer, maybe I probably pray more than you. You may not know. But you can't pray to bath. If you want your body to smell well, you go and bath. There's no prayer that can bath you. If you want money, it's a skill set that you need. No prayer. Somebody told you to pray in Africa. So Muslims are praying, Christians are praying, they are praying. That's the most important. We use prayer to solve everything in Africa. That's why nothing is solved. When others are building factories, we still pray. When others are coming up with a new technology, we still pray. When others are farming, we pray. That's why you're importing. The world does not operate like the way we understand it. There's nowhere that you see videos of Africans going through the desert and dying. The other day, somebody showed me one. Young men dying on the desert. I didn't see Chinese there. I didn't see the Arabs there. I didn't see the Europeans there. It is the Africans. From Nigeria, from Ghana, from Mali, from Niger. Going through the desert, dying. Should this not tell us that there's something that we don't understand? And somebody saying prayer. If prayer can solve anything, prayer should solve this one first. It's not prayer. God gave us this one to use. The mind. If you understand it and you apply it, there are so many things that you will not worry him with. So it's key. Budgeting. Learn that. If you don't learn that, you can take charge of your finances. You fail. Your business will go up and come down. Your family will crash. Because when the money comes, you misuse it. You abuse it. You are reckless with it. You just buy things that you don't even need. You didn't need to buy that car. You didn't need to even change that car at that point. But you go ahead and change it. Crash everything. Now you're taxing mobile money. You see, when you don't plan and stay with it. So my name is MR.OBENG DARKO. I want to put the invitation here. You can join us and share your understanding. If you want to fight, no problem. Come and fight. You're not afraid to fight. You're always ready. But words bring healing. Knowledge brings understanding. If you're confused in life,